Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. I've got a good one for you today. This is iAllegedly. And one thing I wanted to explain today was rate cuts. Everybody's like, oh, we need to have an emergency rate cut. And I just wanted to cover something with you. Got a bunch of business news that's pressing. And I want to explain to you why this is probably not going to happen, to say the least. But comment in the video, share the video, and today we have a sponsor, Patriot Gold, and I will talk about them in a bit. But let's get right into it. You know, the Federal Reserve, they dictate financial policy, and their job is to make sure inflation is not bad, that interest rates are good, and that the economy is flowing. And they have a tremendous amount of control over all of our lives, whether you get it or not. But one thing I wanted to do was explain to you the last times we had emergency rate cuts and have you think, okay, this is like that, or is it? Okay? I went back to 2000 for you. I found an article also that goes back to 1980 that you can read below on all the emergency rate cuts that were outside of a meeting. January 2001, they did a half-point rate cut because of the dot-com bubble. And interest rates continued to drop after that, especially with 9/11 to spur the economy. They cut interest rates down and continued basically taking them to near zero. You know, September 2007, the Fed cut interest rates because of the subprime mortgage problem. And again, to spur the economy. And we don't have anything like that going on right now. And again, October of 2008, the Fed cut interest rates another half a point because of the impact on the negative economy that we were having. Just a continuation of 2007 and 2008. Now, the next time they did it was December of 2008, where they basically took rates to zero, 2.25%. And again, because of the financial condition of the economy and the severe recession that we were in, it was to spur people to borrow money and for business growth. I remember, you could get loans during that time. It was crazy, the interest rates and how good they were. Now, from there, we have to go to March of 2020, where we had a half a point drop. And they lowered interest rates by half a point, and that was because of COVID and how COVID was ravaging the economy. Now, March 2020, later on that month, which I forgot about this until I started researching this, the Fed dropped interest rates in that short period of time, basically twice in a month by 1 point. So again, COVID, because of how bad things were. That's the last time they had an emergency rate cut. These people are calling for this right now. Why? What's so bad in the economy right now that we have to have an emergency rate cut? Do you think it's that bad? Well, wait a second. Because you want to sell houses, realtors? I am telling you this right now. You would be a fool, an absolute, utter fool to buy a home right now. You just would. You know, it's absolutely going to get destroyed. I spoke to a money guy today who is in a deal where they're raising another $11 million for a property in Utah, because they're getting the $30 million property for 11, okay? So, Dan, wow. Nobody should be buying anything out there unless they know what they're doing. And I asked my friend Ken, so you know what you're doing? I said, it's funny, Dan, because we're just getting such a tremendous deal, and they've got contracts and things that are tied to the property that you haven't seen anything yet. So, we're gonna see much more of that. But guys, there's nothing going on right now other than a wish list of people that want to sell property. There's beautiful geese hanging out at the park. I pulled over just to make this quick video for you. But again, I found the Federal Reserve's response to 2001 with 9/11. And that was pretty interesting. It was worth reading again because, again, it was, 24 years ago when this happened. And, the economy that we're being told is so great. One of the American car companies, Stellantis, is having huge problems. They are laying off 2,500 people at their Dodge Ram plant because they're not going to make the Dodge Ram anymore. Guys, this is just the end of the American auto industry right now. It's over with, guys. It's just done. My buddy TK from TK's Garage, I mean, this guy's really on top of the auto industry, and I really like watching him. But again, we're seeing problem after problem. Ford's having issues that I'll cover in a little bit. But, things right now are not good right now in the economy. They're just not. The average consumer credit was just announced, and they dropped this on a Friday, which is funny. The average person owes $6,329 in their credit cards. Okay, that's horrible. Do you owe less than that? If you do, you're above average for the first time. I mean, it's crazy to sit there and to think about owing all this money and having it be, that it's overtaking people's lives. $1.14 trillion in consumer debt is absolutely staggering. People that go out and buy new cars right now, I am telling you, you're going to see things happen that you've never seen before. When I talk to people like hairdressers that have clients that are canceling left and right to get their hair appointments done, I'll see you next time on my next scheduled appointment. Women putting off hair care, women putting off getting their nails done, getting their hair colored. That's crazy, guys. That shows how bad things are right now in the economy. And you can sit there and say, oh, that's no big deal. It is. It's terrible. When I was in the medical space, I followed all these different medical news things about innovation and about, what was selling, what was new, what people were working on. It's fascinating stuff, guys. It really is. But here's something that's not good, and that is there are 700 rural hospitals that could go out of business. Now, you can sit there and say it's no big deal. Where do people get health care? Where do they take care of the broken arm? Well, you just go to that, the urgent care. My son broke his arm when he was a youngster and, tripping off those Heelys things, those shoes with the wheels on them that you should never have, and broke his arm in half, okay? Literally the worst break I'd ever seen, ever. And he ended up becoming an athlete and doing really well in life. But they took my ex-wife at the time, took him to the urgent care. And the doctor, when I got there, literally walked in, what in the hell are you doing here? So go to the urgent care, guys, okay? Because they're going to send you to the hospital. Remember that. But 700 hospitals in small communities could close. This is awful, guys. This is awful. And nobody wants to look at that. Why is that? Because they're not making money. That's why. They're not getting paid back. There is a word that is, you learn very quickly in the startup community called reimbursement. And that is, if you develop innovation for the startup community, I'm trying to walk down a hill and watch the wildlife. If you need to get reimbursed, are they going to do this? Are you going to be financed by the insurance companies? Will they pay things back? You want that. You want to be able to be part of the system so that you can make your money back. I have seen people fail. I've never seen one succeed, not one, where somebody said, we don't care if we get reimbursement or not. I've heard this, and I said, oh, okay, you guys are done. And inevitably, they were always finished because the insurance company would not pay for your procedure, your blood test, your craziness. Now, some of this stuff is innovative, and you've heard about these different tests out there. They're great, different tests you've seen on the internet and stuff like that. Some of those are very good. But the point is that try submitting that to your insurance company. Okay? Do it. Do it today. Rejected. Sorry, have a nice day. Okay? So, I'm going to feed the geese for a second. Let's talk about our sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. I called the geese today to talk about gold in their retirement, and they seem to be eager to listen. So, take a minute with me and understand that gold has stood the test of time. Patriot Gold is #1 rated with Consumer Affairs for 8 years in a row now. 8 years. Their customer service is second to none. They have an IRAs, 401ks that are backed by physical metals. Their IRAs also are no fee for life. Absolutely amazing. But call them today. 888-330-1431. Get a free investor guide. Find out about Patriot Gold. People think because it's gold, it's got to be difficult to buy. No, it's very easy. And when you have this amazing customer service, they will walk you through it. Let them know that I allegedly sent you. I'm not just a spokesman. I am a client of theirs. I love the company. Check it out today. Do what the geese are gonna do. They're gonna call Patriot Gold as soon as this video is done. I feel it, okay? Join them, contact Patriot Gold today. Couple things in the economy that are absolutely crazy is that Jamie Dimon, man of the people, Jamie Dimon steps forward and says, listen, I want everybody to understand that I'm dubious about a soft landing. Okay, why don't these people say what they mean? I'm dubious of a soft landing. There's no soft landing in this predicament. It's not good. Now, you can sit there and tell us how great the economy is, that the banking industry is making all this money when they have, there are so many banks right now that have less assets than what people owe them. Okay, understand that. Do the math on that. Let's cash out of this bank. You can't, because the bank's upside down. But Jamie Dimon runs the world's largest bank, and the world's largest bank is telling you that there is a problem right now. Okay, well that's serious. That's serious enough. The next thing is, we were talking about Stellantis earlier. Well, let's not leave Ford out of this, because I was really happy. I sent TK from TK's Garage. I broke this story with him, and that was that Ford has a problem with its EcoSport and Escort 1.0 that people need parts. There is a full-blown recall now on all these cars from 2019, I think, to 2022, but it's thousands of cars. And Vanessa Stevens is one of the owners of this, and she said, you know, she was driving her car a couple months ago and one warning light popped on, then the oil light popped on. She's thinking, oh, I need an oil change, and the car started running slower and slower and slower. So she's like, this doesn't seem right. Pulls over, takes it to the Ford dealership, and they said, oh, this is subject to recall. Now, we'll have the parts, we'll have the parts, we'll have the parts. Now, they just notified her and everybody else. Listen to this. They're not going to have the parts until early 2025. Okay? It's still August, guys, of 2024. Yeah, you need to get to work. That's on you. So what kind of lawsuit will Ford face from this? Because, again, these recalls, this is terrible, guys. This is one of these things that it just affects people's lives. And this is the thing. You're supposed to just get by and you know, and have it not be a big deal and like, whatever. This is ridiculous. Remember back in the day when you could rely on these auto companies? Really could. And now you just can't. One thing that we're seeing is ghost kitchens go out of business. And what those are is, with all of the delivery services, instead of having a full-blown brick and mortar business, you have ghost kitchens that make food for other people. Now, Mr. Beast Burgers, this is what's funny. During COVID, the largest company that made Mr. Beast Burgers was the Italian restaurant Buca di Beppo. They fried hamburgers in there for Mr. Beast. So at least something tasted good out of there, because my daughter ordered one, and that was it. So these ghost kitchens are going out of business. You've got one in New York City that cannot make it, and they're going out, but they handle dozens of restaurants. So you may think you're ordering from Taco Bell, and it's not Taco Bell. It's being made over here, and I'm just using them as an example. They don't use ghost kitchen, but that's what's ridiculous. Your favorite Italian restaurant, your favorite pizza place may not, in fact, make anything. They may have these ghost kitchens. In Orange County, at the end of the 55 freeway, there used to be a place called the Grant Boys. And when my son was open, hey, it's Grant Boys, because my son's name is Grant. And that place was eventually, Grant Boys went out of business, and they had another store that had weaponry, and that went out of business. And what came of this was they built ghost kitchens there. So you go there, and there are cars coming and going for all these different restaurants, because they are making food for everybody in Newport Beach and Costa Mesa and those areas right there. So you're going to see more and more places like this that are not going to make it because people don't have the money. People are not eating out. Met with my brother yesterday for lunch, and we were just blown away at how slow the place was and how it was, normally packed. A restaurant that was in Riverside, California, that, it does like Southwestern theme, great food, fantastic food. And ran into a subscriber there. It was really cool, but we're just blown away that the place was so slow. So you're seeing this more and more and more right now. One thing that's funny is there is an ad cartel, Global Alliance for Responsible Media, okay? Well, here's something that's fascinating, is that Elon Musk and the site Rumble stepped forward and sued these people because they found out that they worked together to get people not to advertise. I am telling you, I sued people before. Hey, don't work with Dan. Dan's a bad guy. Don't work with him, okay? Nothing in this world is better than serving that lawsuit and watching these people who thought, this guy can never sue us. Nothing he can do. He's broke. And then you ruin their day and ruin their lives. It's incredibly satisfying to do that. These people went out and they told people not to advertise on certain sites. Again, why? What makes it okay for you to say that? I hate the Houston Astros. You want to be an Astros fan? Good for you. Good for you. Okay? My Angels took 2 or 3 from the Yankees. That was funny to me. Okay? But be a Yankee fan. You know what I mean? That's your choice. Hi, buddy. How are you? How are you? So, little kid waving to me. But the point is that people go out and told people not to do business with them. Now Fox is stepping forward, and their CEO is saying, wait a second, we're going to sue these people, and this is wrong, they do this. What did the company do? They got served with a lawsuit and then disbanded and said, we're not an organization, we're not a business, we're just kind of a political nonprofit. Oh, okay, well, that political nonprofit is going to get sued, and these people that did this are going to get sued. So, again, remember that. People think that they're better than, people think that they can take advantage of people, and I'm telling you, and I know this firsthand, and I know a couple other people that are going to get theirs real soon that are getting sued, and nothing is better than that because they just don't get how it will financially decimate you, take up your time, ruin opportunities, and make it so you cannot move forward with litigation like this. And you haven't seen anything yet with these people. So let me know what you think about that. I'm going to finish this story with these last couple news items. And the first one is Mercedes-Benz. Did you know Mercedes-Benz has an EV car that's not selling? At least here it's not. You can go to a Mercedes-Benz dealership to be alone and look at the EV cars that nobody wants to buy. And they don't want to sell. So it's kind of funny. But what's not funny is in South Korea, one of these cars exploded in a parking structure and sent over 20 people to the hospital, 23 to be exact, to the hospital. And the problem that they had was it damaged 100 cars and they couldn't put the fire out. So there's a video below. When you click on the news story, it'll pop and the flash from the different surveillance cameras. But this is dangerous, guys, with these cars. And final story. I love my dog, okay? I take Rosie everywhere I can. She's been to Vegas a few times with me. We went and to the store today. We did a bunch of stuff. But Dolce & Gabbana, the high-end store, they have dog perfume that I will never buy for my dog. It's $108 for dog perfume. I mean, you really got to have some money to piss away. You really got to be somebody that has nothing going on unless you want to buy dog perfume. Hello, seriously. I am just absolutely blown away that this is even a product. But Read the story below, $108. You can get yourself some doggy perfume, okay? Please like, please join the email list. The link is below. We have an email going out in the next couple days, and you don't want to miss it. And if you want to get a hold of me, it's hello@iallegedly.com. You guys are taking wedding photos over here. It's kind of nice this morning. So please, share your thoughts and everything. Let me know what you think about all this. But is the economy so bad that we need an emergency rate cut? Or are you just in desperate need as a realtor to sell a house? Okay? I really mean it. I want realtors to write in and call in and let's go out. Show me what you do for a job, okay? And why we should be paying you all that money and what you do. Now, there's people that are freaking out right now, but every market is different, and I am blown away at this right now. But you haven't seen anything yet because it's gonna get very interesting for the real estate market in short order. See you soon.